Okay, guys, this is Mr. Waltz. I'm going to show you how to do the right side drawing for your dice. This one, I am going to teach two new concepts, so pay careful attention. I'll try to do those things early in the drawing so that you don't have to sit through the whole video. Okay, anyways, plus sign, new sheet, change the title so we don't forget like last time. And we're going to change that so it says right. This will be the right side view. And finish that. And then I'm going to go to base view. I want the right, so I choose right here. That gives me a right side view. Visible and hidden edges, and 3:1 scale. Place it right over here on the left. Hit OK. Again, don't want all those pieces, just want the right. So turn those bad boys off. Cool. Now we can make some views. Projected view. Boom. Boom. Always shade your isometrics. Hidden lines generally a no on isometrics, but I've seen it done. But you're trying to basically create a picture here, like a photo, um, realistic picture to some degree. Cool. Okay, so here we go. Here's our part. Well, we got to do some center line stuff first, right? So we got to go in here, center marks. We got 5 of them, and there's going to be some alignment. We'll use the center line tool. You're going to go top and bottom here, top and bottom here, and then top and bottom here. The circles on this one, the way I drew it, they all line up with those lines. Um, Anyways, that looks good. And I want to connect these two on top. This is a center line tool again. These two on the bottom, these two on the left, these two on the right. And the one in the middle is just kind of by itself. Okay, cool. So now we're ready to do some stuff. So I'm going to show you two new things in this video, and I'm going to show you how to do a detail view. And the reason is that we're going to have to dimension this center hole here, and the dimensions are going to end up being right where the text is, and there's not going to be enough room to work. So what we're going to do instead is dimension the lettering somewhere else. Okay, and that seems weird. It's here. We can only dimension it here. Well, we have ability in Fusion to create something called a detail view, and that is a zoomed in view that we can show somewhere else. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to let me drag these over to the left a little bit, give myself a little bit of room. And detail view, it's right here. It's right next to the section, which we'll be using for our next project, the spinners. Anyways, you click detail view, and it wants you to select a parent view. So you select a front view. And then what it wants you to do is pick the center point of the detail boundary. So basically, this is an area we're going to zoom in on. And what I'm going to do is go right to the bottom of this J right there and click. And then now what it's going to let me do is pick the area to zoom in on. It's going to call it area A. And so we can control how big it is, and we can control where this letter A goes, which is a label. Sometimes you'll have more than one, so you'll have A, B, C, D. Anyways, I'm going to go down here just a little bit past this corner right here, okay, and click. And then what it does is it sticks onto our mouse a zoomed in view of that region in the circle. And we want to make this nice and big. So we're going to go over here to the scale tool, and we're going to change this to 8:1 scale. So it's nice and fat. And we have some convenient space over here we can use. We're going to go right over here, and we're going to click and place that in there, and then hit OK. Okay, so now we have this detail here, and we can use this detail to dimension the letters. So anytime you have really small things that you want to show close up, you can use this detail. This little label here, we need this, but it's too far down. I'm going to drag it up there. So we're going to do as usual. We'll do size and location of our letters. D for dimension. I'm going to show the height of the W and move it over there. And then, as always, I'm going to go over here from this corner to the corner there. Boom. And this corner to the corner here. So it shows basically where is that M located with respect to the corner of the wood. So that's enough dimensions there. Now we always had this note before, right? We've been going and making this note. So this is the second new thing I'm going to teach you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this up, double click it, went back to the previous view, and I am going to copy the text out of here. Let's see, just the 1 and the 2. Okay. And close that. I'm going to go back to my new view. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a new tool, which we have not used. It's right next to text. It's right here. It's called Note. Okay, imagine that. And what it does is it's a note, so it's text, but it has a arrow on it, which is called a leader. So if you're trying to label something specific, like the text, this is a really cool tool. Okay, so we're going to use this in this case. So we click text right here, and we're going to scroll down here, and I'm just going to click on the top middle of this J, and it'll let me go up here and make my arrow. And then it gives me a text editing tool. Well, I already copied that text, right? So I'm just going to do a Control V as in Victor to paste that in there. I'm going to get rid of the numbers. The numbers don't really make much sense in this context. Make it 2 separate lines. So text font, Arial narrow bold, text deboss depth. Did I spell depth wrong? Oh my goodness. Mr. Waltz. I'm going to hit close. And there it is. Now we have a nice note there. So this is a little better than having that general note because it tells you exactly where to apply the information. So just a different way of doing the thing that we did before. Okay, so the rest of this, there's nothing new in the rest of this video. If you understand what I did in the previous videos, then you're probably okay. You can go kind of fast on this. Anyways, so this piece has, it's the same exact outline dimensions as the left side. The only thing that's different is the circle dimensions. So I'm going to move this over, give myself a little more room to work. So a lot of the dimensions will go the same. So I'll go D for dimension. I'm going to do my depth dimension up here. And then I'm just going to go do the top because that was going to be the same. So I'm going to go this corner to this corner and then come over here. This is at 0.118. This is going to be a 10x. So 10x space. You can see I ran out of room. That's why I moved this. I'm going to move this over. Move this over. There, now I got a little more room. I'll probably end up moving it later. It's always kind of a juggling act to get everything to fit. D for dimension, this corner to this corner, show how far it is to the first cutout. This corner to this corner shows the width of the first cutout. And then this corner to this corner shows where to position the second cutout. Put our times on here. This is a 2x. This is a 10x. This one, you can see the arrows got weird, so I'm going to drag it in here. And then this one, this is a 2x. And I guess it's all right there. If I drag it, it's kind of funny. If you drag it, it moves the arrows inside, which I like a little better. Okay, so top is done. We can go do the side dimensions. So side dimensions over here, just a 0.5 right there. Oops, there it is. I can force it to be vertical. Boom. This is a 2x because there's two sides that are like this. And then remember, that's all we need on the side because this cutout is in a corner, this cutout is in a corner, so they don't need location dimensions. This is the only one that needs location. We do need an overall dimension on the side, which is going to be our height. We do need an overall dimension on the top, which is going to be our width. Okay, so we're looking pretty good now. This is looking great. I'm going to move this up. I can see I got a lot of room on the top and get this close, but not quite touching the top there. Oops, oh, it's getting a little glitchy today. Good Lord, why? Little glitchy. Anyways, I think you can see what I'm trying to do. Get it close to the top and not touching, close to the side, leave a little bit of room. Now we can go and dimension our holes. Okay, so the holes are ready to go. So let's do a location on the holes first. So D, for dimension, I'm going to dimension from the top row down to the middle row. Then I'm going to dimension from the middle hole down to the bottom row. And then I'm going to dimension from the bottom row down to this corner. And right click vertical to force it. You can see the 0.375 doesn't align, so escape, click, grab the text, put it on the arrow, go straight down till it snaps, and you're good. So now I know where those holes are vertically. Now I got to do the horizontal distance to the rows of holes. I'm going to use this here, the outer edge, to here. Now you can see I've got this detail here, so I don't want to go up high here because I'll run into the detail later. I'm going to go a bit below the detail. And then spacing here, center row, boom. Center row to the right row, boom. And then there we go. That's all done. So now I know where all the holes go. You can see how the dimensions would have stepped on this area and made it really crowded in here. So that's why we used a detail. Last thing to do is to dimension the size of the holes. We have tons of room down here. So we go click here, cruise down here, and I'm going to double click this. There are 5 holes. This is a 5 space, and these holes are going to be through. So THRU, and boom, there we go. All right. So that one looks great. That's the right side. And only thing we got to do now is do the top and the bottom, and then we're done. Good luck. Have fun.